Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this really nice washcloth set. I mean, they turned out really nice. I mean, it'd be a nice gift for anybody. I mean, I would love to receive this. There's 3 washcloths in there, and of course you can put more if you want, and they're tied with the ribbon. But I'll go ahead and untie them so I can show you what they look like here. I'll retie that later. But when you open them up, look how nice them are. They're nice. They got that nice ridges on them, bumpy on this side. Nice clean edges. And they are just plain flat on the bottom. Now these are approximately 13 inches by 13 inches. And you can always make yours bigger or smaller if you'd like. But that's what size mine turned out to be. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side. And I'll show you what I used. What I used was Peaches and Cream. It's a 100% cotton 4-ply yarn, medium weight. Now you don't have to use this brand, but you highly recommend cotton. You do not want to use acrylic for washcloths or dish rags. It's just not going to work out for you very well. I mean, cotton's what you want to use. And there are, let's see how many yards we got here. 120 yards in each one of these skeins. And I used about a skein and a half per cloth. So about 180 yards per washcloth. So it took me about 1 full skein, and this is what I got left of the second. So it's about half. And the colors that I chose were bright blue, sunshine, and then I have dark taupe. But of course you use any colors that you like. There are tons of colors of cotton. Now for the ribbon, I chose a dark brown ribbon, and again, any kind you want. This is a satin ribbon, and it is 5/8 inch, and it probably took me about 5 feet to wrap up my dishcloths. 5 feet per set. I'm gonna make more sets. This is just my first set, but yeah, see, they turned out really nice. And then I'm gonna be using a size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay, for my size, mine, like I said, were about 13 by 13. Now you can make yours bigger or smaller. This stitch is done in a multiple of 2. So if you want to make yours smaller than mine, or you want to make a big bath towel, or you want to use the stitch for something else, it just needs to be done in a multiple of 2, and it's a really easy stitch. So I'm going to do mine on a smaller scale because I already got my big piece done. But what you want to do is start with a chain of 44 from my size. And once you get your chain of 44 made, we're going to put 1 single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch for the length of your chain. Okay, once you make it to end of row 1, you should have a total of 43 stitches. Okay, now for row 2, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. Now what we're going to do is put 1 single crochet, this is starting row 2, 1 single crochet into that very first stitch. Like that. And then we're going to triple crochet into the next stitch. So we triple, that's where we yarn over twice. And go into the next stitch and do our triple crochet, and then we're going to single crochet into the next, and then we're going to triple crochet into the next, and single into the next. And we're just going to repeat this to the end of the row. Triple crochet, and single crochet. And if you flip it over, you'll be able to see that the triple crochets are kind of popping out a little bit, and that's what gives it that little bit of a bubble look. So we triple crochet into the next, and then single crochet. So triple crochet, single crochet, triple crochet, single crochet, all the way until you get to the end of row 2. And when you get to the end of row 2, you still should have 43 stitches. Okay, I'm coming to the end of row 2, and your last stitch should be a single crochet. So go ahead and single crochet that. 43 stitches at the end of row 2. So for row 3, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to single crochet again right into the very first stitch. And now we're just going to put 1 single crochet in every single stitch to the end of the row. So this row 3 is just a row single crochet. And when you get to the end, you still should have 43 stitches. Okay, I made it to the end of row 3, and you'll have 43 stitches. Remember, I did mine a little smaller, but you can see your stitches poofing out a little bit, and you'll see that more the more rows you do. But now it's just a repeat of rows 2 and 3. That's all it is. It's just an easy two row repeat. So you just chain 1 and turn your work. Start off with 1 single crochet into that very first stitch, and then triple crochet into the next. Single crochet into the next, and then triple crochet into the next. Single crochet, and then triple crochet. You do that all the way to the end, and you'll still have 43 stitches. Okay, I'm coming to the end, and I should be ending in a single crochet, and that's it. Now I'm just gonna repeat row 3 by chaining 1 and turning, single crochet into that very first stitch, and 1 single crochet in every stitch across. So I'm just going to keep repeating rows 2 and 3, and at the end of each row I should always have 43 stitches. That stitch count doesn't change. So keep repeating rows 2 and 3 until you reach a total of 35 rows. Okay, once you get done with your 35th row, and it should be a single crochet row, should be your last row. We're not going to tie off. What we're going to do is go around the whole piece with single crochet and clean up all the edges. So after that 35th row, I'm just going to chain 1, and now I'm going to start working down the side of the dishcloth. So I'm just going to kind of go in and just kind of evenly space out these single crochets. If you look, you can kind of see where they need to go at the end of each row. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can do your best here. Kind of like right here in this gap, I'll put 1, and then a little gap here, and then this bigger gap, and then a little gap next to it. And I'm going to do this all the way down this first side here. And what this is going to do is clean up the edges. Make them look real nice and neat. Gotta have neat edges. Don't want them looking all raggedy. Especially if it's for a gift. So I'm going to work all the way down this side here. See how much nicer that looks until I get over here, down here to the bottom. Okay, when you make it down here to your first corner right here, this is kind of where we started. I'm going to put 3 single crochets right there into that stitch. And what that's going to do is help around the corner out. So just go ahead and put 3 right in there into that corner stitch. It's going to help it lay flat, and it's going to make it look a lot nicer. Now I'm going to try to hide this beginning tail as I go. And now I'm going to work my way across the other side here, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch. And you'll probably be able to see the single crochets where they're supposed to go a lot better here on this bottom part. So 1 single now in every stitch across the bottom here until you get to your next corner. Just like that. Now when you look at it, you can see how much nicer that looks compared to it being just plain over here. So I'm going to continue working 1 single crochet across here, and when I get to this corner, I'll put 3 single crochets in it. And then I'll continue working up this side, and this side is where it's kind of hard to see where I put single crochets, but it's just like over here. Just do the best you can to kind of evenly space them out. And then I'm going to put 3 single crochets in this corner. And then we'll be right up here at the top. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet all the way across the top until we get back to where we started. And I'll meet you right here where we started. Okay, once you make it back all the way back around to the beginning and you get to your very last stitch right here, you want to put 3 single crochets into that very last stitch. That way we have 3 in every corner. And then what we're going to do is there's this chain 1 here that we made. We want to skip that and slip stitch into this very first single crochet that we did right here on the side. So not this chain 1. It looks like a stitch. We're not going to do nothing with that. We're going to slip stitch right here into this first single crochet that we made. Like that. And now you want to tie off, clip that yarn. Now the number of stitches you have around right now isn't really important because it could be different if you counted wrong, you know, didn't space these out quite the same as me on the sides. Now, as long as it's laying flat and it looks nice and straight, that's all that matters. And then you got a nice washcloth. So now what we're going to do is hide this tail real quick. So let me get my yarn needle. And I'm going to go hide it from the back here. Kind of just weave it in. Weave it in quite a few times so it doesn't come undone. I always find it's hard to weave tails on cotton. That's why I got this big old needle here, or this big old yarn hook here. It's easier with a big one, I think. Okay, once you get it weaved in there good enough and you think that's probably not going to come undone, go ahead and clip that tail off. And then any other tails you got remaining, you want to go ahead and hide them. And then I put in the 3 in my set, so that's what it looks like here. Just like that. So I'm going to grab my other 3 and my ribbon. We're going to fold them up, get them all the same size. So just kind of lay them out. So we we can make sure they're all about the same size. Sometimes you might need to stretch one a bit. So yeah, they're all looking good. So what we're going to do is just fold them up nice and neat. We're going to tie a ribbon around them. Make sure you ain't got no loose tails. I do. Got to clip that one. Okay. So lay it backside facing you, and we're just going to fold it nice and neatly like you would any old wash rag, you know, like you're folding laundry, I guess. Make sure all the corners line up good. If you're giving it as a nice gift, you want it to look really nice. And these are actually for my sister-in-law asked me to make these. She's going to give them away to some people that she works with, I guess. So I'm going to make them look nice and neat for her. That's usually the only time I make stuff for people. It's just my family, if they ask me to. Otherwise, I'm pretty well just make stuff for my YouTube channel. And then I'm going to stack it on top of this one the same way, go in the same direction. And I'll do my last one here. Stack it on, same direction. Now I'm going to take my ribbon, whatever color you chose, to go with whatever color yarns you're using. I'm going to tie them up. So, pull it out, put you want to put it the shiny side facing you. I'll put it on top, like, I guess you can't see that. Let me raise up my camera here. Sorry about that. Okay, so you just want to put it, these are thick wash rags, or a dishcloth, so you just want to put it on top like that, and then flip it. Try to keep them nice, and then leave yourself a lot of length on that side. And then twist it like this, right in the center, the best you can, keeping the shiny side up still if you can. And then we'll flip it back around, and then we'll tie a bow. And I left lots of length on that other side so I could tie a bow there. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip my ribbon off there so I can tie a bow. So now I'm just gonna take it. I'm not very good at tying bows, so at all, but you'll get the idea. Just tie a nice bow there, the best that you can. And then you just cut your ribbon off. I'll fix that bow, it don't work that great, but that you get the idea. And you just do that, and then you can cut the ends off however short you want them to be. I cut mine at an angle like that, but that's it. That's all there is to it. And that's a really nice gift, I think. You can turn it over, and if you need to straighten out the ribbon there, but that's how it's done. I think it looks good. Turned out nice. If you make this or anything else, I'd like to see a picture of it. You can post a picture on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link to that below in the description box. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram. And I'll have the link to the written pattern below for this also. And until next time, have a good day.